should have never taken that exit off Route 17. Google Maps showed a shortcut, shaved off an hour from my trip, it claimed. Instead of circling around the Blue Ridge Mountains, it guided me straight through them, deep into the Jefferson National Forest. A winding, unpaved road. No signs, no cell service, just endless trees. And that's when the rain started. By the time I saw the lights of the old gas station, I was running low on fuel and patience. The place looked like it hadn't changed since the 1960s. Rusted pumps, faded Pepsi signs, and a general store attached to the side. But it was open. Barely. A bell above the door jingled when I walked in. Inside, wood panel walls, humming refrigerators, and a guy behind the counter who looked like he'd been carved out of the mountains themselves, grizzled, heavy-lidded eyes, and a gray beard down to his chest. "You lost?" he asked, like it wasn't really a question. I gave a tight smile. "Just passing through. Headed to Roanoke." He shook his head slowly, like he'd heard that before. "Not through here, you ain't." I laughed awkwardly. "Yeah? Why not?" He didn't answer. He just stared for a second too long, then pointed to a hand-drawn map tacked to the wall behind him. "Road's washed out. If you go down Pine Hollow, you won't come back up." "Seriously?" He nodded once. "No one does." Of course, I didn't listen. I paid for my gas, thanked him, and kept driving. The road narrowed. The trees thickened. The fog rolled in like it had a mind of its own. About 5 miles in, I passed a sign nailed crookedly to a tree. Hand-painted letters. "Turn back." I laughed again, nervously this time, and kept going. But something felt wrong. The trees weren't right. They leaned in over the road like they were eavesdropping. The further I drove, the darker it got, even though it was barely 3 p.m. I turned off the music, listened. That's when I realized the forest was too quiet. No birds, no wind, no insects, just the sound of my tires crunching gravel and my own breathing. I looked in the rearview mirror, and my stomach dropped. The road behind me was gone. Not like I missed a turn. Gone. Swallowed by trees. The same trees I'd been driving through for miles, but now they looked different. Bigger. Closer. Watching. I hit the brakes, and my car died. I don't know how long I sat there. 10 minutes? An hour? The dashboard was dead. My phone had no signal, not even a single bar. I was about to get out when I heard it. Something in the woods. Not an animal. Something walking. Heavy. Slow. Deliberate. I froze. It moved just beyond the tree line, keeping pace. I couldn't see it, but I could feel it. Turned the key again. Nothing. Again. Nothing. Then a voice, clear as day, whispered just outside my window. "You shouldn't be here." I jumped, looked out. No one. But there were footprints, bare human footprints in the mud, too large to be normal, and too many toes. 6 on each foot. I opened the door, hesitated, then stepped out. The air was thick, wrong somehow, like breathing through a wet blanket. I checked the woods with my flashlight. That's when I saw the figure. About 30 feet in, half shrouded by pines. Tall, gaunt. Pale skin stretched tight across its face. Black, lidless eyes. It didn't move. Neither did I. I whispered, "What the hell are you?" Its mouth opened, slow and wide, and the voice that came out wasn't its own. It was mine. "You shouldn't be here." I ran. I don't even remember choosing a direction. I just ran through the trees like a deer on fire, branches whipping my face, lungs screaming. That thing didn't chase me, but it followed. Always just out of sight. Whispering, mimicking. My name, my voice, my thoughts. I ran until I found the cabin. It looked abandoned. Roof half caved in, windows boarded. But the door was open, and at that point, it was shelter or death. I slammed it shut behind me and pushed a broken dresser in front of it. Inside, it was dark. Dust choked the air. Old furniture covered in sheets. A stone fireplace with a strange symbol carved into the hearth. A circle of pine needles with a spiral inside. I didn't touch it. In one of the drawers, I found a stack of notebooks, all written in the same shaky handwriting. Page after page of rambling entries. It watches from the trees. Don't say your name out loud. Never whistle. It learns. It's not the forest. It's in the forest. And then, if you see your reflection blink, run. Night fell fast. The creature circled the cabin for hours, whispering, scratching, tapping on the windows. Sometimes it used my voice. Sometimes it sounded like my mom. Once, it laughed like my brother, who's been dead for 2 years. I didn't sleep. At dawn, I stepped outside. The woods looked normal again. I walked until I hit a trail, then a road, then a ranger station. They found my car 3 days later, rusted through like it had been sitting for decades. But the gas station, gone, burned down in the 1970s. And the cabin, they said it's been off limits since 1994, some kind of occult site. No one's supposed to go near it. They asked me how I found it. I told them I didn't. It found me. Now I leave my windows closed at night. I don't camp. I don't hike. I don't even walk through city parks anymore. Because every once in a while, I'll be lying in bed, and I'll hear whispering outside. And sometimes, God help me, it still sounds like me.